According to Mr. Bhupesh Bandari of Business Standard, who wrote about this period, he talked about how it was the 200th death anniversary of Harshdev Joshi, who was an important historical figure in 1815. So this article was written in 2015, and we're going to go back in time and read about this kingmaker, administrator, statesman, army commander, and above all else, a master of intrigue, because he went through all these different channels and basically was switching sides all the time. It was Gardi ka waqt all over India, the age of troubles, and even the remote mountain kingdom of Kumaon was caught up in anarchy. The Chand court at Almora, so we are in Chand Vansh. However, they will face many difficulties due to colonialism and this harsh guy. The Chand court at Almora was a cesspit of debauchery and deceit. Joshi was the divan of Deep Chand, the king. In various plots, the king, his queen, and sons were murdered, and one Mohan Singh ascended the throne as Mohan Chand. Amongst the first things he did was to throw Joshi into prison. In 1779, Lalit Shah of Garhwal, so the neighboring part of Uttarakhand, today it's Garhwal and Kumaon, attacked Kumaon and drove Chand out of Almora. Joshi was freed. He suggested to the Shah that he should make his younger son Pradyuman Shah the king of Kumaon. The Garhwali king agreed, and Pradyuman Shah was coronated as Pradyuman Chand. The kingdom was actually ruled by Joshi. Mohan Chand, in a bid to get back his crown, pushed an army of 1,400 Naga sadhus into Kumaon from the plains, but Joshi dealt them a crushing blow. So Naga sadhus are people who just wore a loincloth and are purportedly ascetics, but in this case they can also go to war. Meanwhile, Lalit Shah died in 1780, leaving the kingdom of Garhwal to his son, Jaykrit Shah. Jaykrit was older than Pradyuman and demanded that Kumaon should acknowledge Garhwal's supremacy. This was spurred by Joshi, and tension between the brothers climbed. To settle the matter, Joshi traveled to Garhwal, where Jaykrit attacked him. Joshi not only defeated Jaykrit's army, so this Kumaoni guy still is fighting Garhwal, but also attracted heavy revenge from the people. This terror unleashed by him came to be known as Joshiana. Though he was the king of Kumaon, Pradyuman's heart was in Garhwal. Mohan Chand, using this opportunity, attacked Kumaon and became the king once again. Never the one to sit quiet, Joshi raised a mercenary force in the plains and recaptured Almora. As Pradyuman was reluctant to get engaged in the messy affairs of Kumaon, Joshi appointed one Shiv Chand as the ruler. In 1788, Mohan Chand's son Mahendra Chand recaptured Almora. In 1790, 2 years later, the Gorkhali army attacked Kumaon. Their invasion was facilitated by Joshi. The deal was that they would dislodge Mahendra Chand and leave it to Joshi to manage the affairs of Kumaon. But the invaders turned suspicious of the scheming Brahmin, Mr. Joshi. Around the same time, their kingdom was attacked by China and their army was ordered to retreat to Kathmandu. They decided to take Joshi along as a prisoner. Joshi escaped on the way and ended up in Johar on the border with Tibet. The locals were hostile to him and put him in chains. They then struck a deal to hand him over to his enemies, the family of Mohan Chand. Joshi escaped again. The rest of his life was dedicated to ousting the Gorkhali forces from Kumaon. He confabulated with the Nawab of Awadh in Lucknow, East India Company officials in Benares, and Sansar Chand of Kangra in Himachal Pradesh today. So it's a different state altogether now. He drew the East India Company's attention to the slave trade carried out by the Gorkhali forces at Rishikesh. The East India Company decided to attack the Gorkhali kingdom, which stretched from Teesta in the east to Sutlej in the west. The attackers met the stiff resistance everywhere except the force that started from Kashipur and marched up to Almora. At the head of this expedition was Joshi. A few months after Almora was taken and indigenous rule ended in the mountains, Joshi died, ranting against one and all by one account. Joshi was big as the mountains he traversed. Sadly, there exists no sketch of this man, at least none that I have seen.